I worked my whole life for this
Dumelang, and welcome back to
It's my house.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my house, your home. If it is your first time here, welcome to your new home. All you gotta do is just to hit that red button down there. That's the only key that you need to enter this hizzy. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, my resident. My name is Naledi Letswalo, and I am all about plugging you guys. Maybe someone that is on the channel already, or maybe it's someone, maybe you were referred by someone, a resident from this channel. As you can see from the title of the video, today we are talking all things getting employed, okay, or increasing your chances of getting employed. Because one thing about this economy,
bruh,
who did, but we're not going to focus on the negative. We're not going to focus on how tricky it is and how it's rocking each and every one of us. No, this channel is all about how we are going to be rocking unemployment and making sure that we are securing the bag and just becoming the best versions of ourselves. You know what I mean? So if you are interested in finding out, in getting some tips of how to become more employable, then please stay tuned. So before I get into this video, just a big disclaimer. All the tips that I'm sharing are based on my personal experience and what I've seen, certain things that I'm about to share, how I've seen they, have worked in my life and people around me. So I'm in no form or way an expert in how to find a job and part of HR and all that jazz. I'm just a young person who is very much aware of what is happening, especially with our youth. And yeah, like I just thought, because I am the pluggist, why not just come here and share some of the things that I have found to really work for me and those around me. And who knows, take it, don't take it. But if you don't take it, then just make sure that you share it with someone. But even if you don't relate to everything, I do think there is a bit of something that someone can take and apply in their lives. So let's get right into it. Okie dokes. So I've got my book of wisdom, my book of great things. So I have jotted down 7 tips of tackling unemployment, and I'm gonna go into them briefly. The first one is, of course, the document, your CV, your curriculum vitae or vitae. I should have checked how you pronounce it before I started recording this video, but we're here and ESCOM is about to do its thing, so let's keep it moving. It's so important to make sure that you've got your CV on hand, right? But before we even get to you having your CV always with you, where you can create your CV. Now, if you don't know, now you're about to know. But this app called Canva, like when I'm in charge of Canva, shout out, okay? Canva has a lot of CV templates that you can definitely use. And the beauty about it is that Canva is a free app that you can download. It's available via your app store, available via your, what is it called? App store or your Google store. I think it's Google, yes. Canva is a great place where you can find a template and really get onto your CV if you don't already have it. And another trick or another tip that I was given by some of the people that I look up to in the work environment and just the business and just becoming more employable is make sure that when it comes to you submitting your CV to a certain company, read up on that company, do your research. But what you also need to do, what you also can do, is adjust your CV to complement that particular company. So say, for example, you've got a skill set, right? So on your CV, you set out your skill set, right? and you are now applying for, this is just very fictitious, but say you're now applying for IT, right? An IT company. So the first skills that you would list would be around IT, like highly technical, or have a course in IT, software, whatever, right? And then say now you are applying for something in an HR role, right? Say you're applying for an HR role in a certain company. What you will now do is that you will take your CV, and instead of your skills of team building and team management being at the bottom, you'd rather put them at the top because they are more related to that particular job that you're applying for. So that's just a little tip when it comes to tailor making your CV to best meet the particular job that you're applying for. So after you've now done your CV and it's beautiful, make sure that you have it in paper form as well as digitally. So what that allows you is that whatever space that you are in, especially if you're like job hunting and you know you really are like looking for a job really hard, it's so important that the spaces that you're in, you don't know the people that you're going to meet, you don't know what opportunities might be around you. So always make sure that you have it on hand, that if someone is telling you about something, and then say now someone is telling you, a friend is telling you that, hey babes, I've got I know about a certain post at our workplace, and then you can just be like, yo, I've got my CV ready, email it, and who knows what that might just do for you. So make sure your CV is ready and make sure that it is easily accessible. The second tip that I have for you today is make sure you create a LinkedIn account, okay? I don't know if you like me, I always had a LinkedIn account, but I never really used it or never really went on it, right? Until recently. And I have seen the power of that app and the connections that you can create and the opportunities that you can create, that you can get from that app alone. So please do me a favor. It's like you opening up an Instagram account or a YouTube account, or really just, it's not going to take much of your time. So LinkedIn is a platform where you've got your potential employers, potential business partners that are on that platform. And compared to your other platforms, your social media platforms, I found LinkedIn to be the more professional platform to engage. And so what happens is then you sort of have something that is like your CV as part of your profile. So if you've got a prospective employee, a prospective employer, or even a prospective employee on the platform, they can see your resume via the profile and then immediately know, oh, okay, this is what this person's about, and maybe I should engage further, maybe I shouldn't, you know. And even what I've seen is that even things outside of your particular line of work, right? Say, for example, someone posts a post about you, right? And it has somewhat of a business or some kind of professional element to it, or just literally just someone tagging you in a post. The amount of traction that you, the person that's been spoken about, will gain from that single post is absolutely amazing. Now, of course, this is relative. Like I said, this has been my experience, but I definitely do think that LinkedIn is also one of the great platforms for you to really engage and really get yourself connected with like-minded people in terms of your profession, in terms of where you want to see yourself. And yeah, so there are many other platforms, and if you want to know more about other spaces that you can definitely get yourself plugged into, please check out Forai Mubaiwa's Instagram. I will link her Instagram down here. She is literally your go-to when it comes to becoming an employable individual and just, you know, being just ready for a new job, being ready for a new profession, and just becoming the best professional self that you can be. And of course, she's got other content that she has on there, but her content when it comes to preparing yourself for the workplace and preparing yourself for business is just impeccable. Yeah, please do check out her Instagram for more content about that. All right, so the third thing that I have part of my list right now, whether or not you have a car, please do me this one little favor, okay? If you do not have a driving license, please get a driving license as soon as possible, even if you don't have a car. Here's the reason why I'm saying this, right? So what I've seen, right, and what I've also picked up even when I was applying for the current job that I'm at, right, is especially when you are entering a certain space, a certain environment, a certain workplace, also it's dependent on the type of work that you will be doing, right? But when you have a car, it really helps you so much, and it really adds to the value that you bring into a place. Because remember, not to say that if you're entering a space and you are still new that you're not going to necessarily have any work or any important work to do, but the work that you're doing compared to someone that, you know, is a senior or someone that has been there for long is obviously, you know, different. So when it comes to now the groundwork and someone having to run around, the best person or the most likely person to be sent out is probably going to be you. So when you have a driving license, right, and like I said, even if you don't have a car, some companies have company cars, right? If you have that permit that says that no, this person can drive, obviously subject to you not just being a person that has a license but you're not really used to being on the road, but just having that will at least give you that leverage of, if things need to be done, groundwork stuff, you're not just going to be sitting there and, you know, just be there. You're actually going to add value and get things done that need to be done physically. It's also beneficial to add it as a quality in your CV, right? Because when people see that, when potential employers see that, it's like, okay, we know that if things need to be done things need to be done, groundwork needs to be done, this person can be sent out. So that's just my little 2 cents. Please get yourself a driving license, okay? Tip number 4. Now, this one is also something that I have seen has worked wonders in my career building, right? Networking. Now, the beauty of networking is that you do not only meet your potential customers, your potential employers, your potential employees, you also meet your potential business partners, right? And you also get to meet really good people who could become your friends. Now, what networking does, again, relative to the space that you are entering into, Eskom.
Bruh.
One thing about Eskom, they will surely embarrass you, but shout out to Abazali for ukusebenza kakhulu and doing the things that need to be done. All right, let's continue. It's so important to make sure that you place yourself in places with, you know, influential and connected people, because like I said, you never know if that person that you think you're just meeting, you know, could be your potential someone or fulfill a certain role in your life that you probably didn't even know that you needed, right? So it's so important to make sure that you place yourself in those places, read up, find out about networking places and events where people are coming together, and of course if it tickles your bone, and by that I mean like if it's related to a career, for example, a career that you are trying to pursue, then by all means, please do get into those platforms, into those spaces. In doing that, don't limit yourself in terms of the spaces that you get yourself in, but do get yourself in spaces, right? And I think especially when you are in varsity, there are so many social events that go on. Don't be that individual that shuts themselves out and do not engage. Please do engage. Like I promise you, those spaces and those events, as daunting as it may be, because it does bring up that social anxiety that I think each person to a certain degree does have it, but it allows you to even overcome that social anxiety that you may be faced with. So yeah, that's also another important thing about networking, is that it allows you to overcome that anxiety that, you know, we tend to experience, and that imposter syndrome that sometimes kicks in, that no, I'm not supposed, or I'm not meant to be in a certain space. Baby girl, baby boy, you are 100% supposed to be in that space, okay? So yeah, that is the fourth tip. Tip number 5, job shadowing. What job shadowing is literally you being at a certain place, right? Being in a certain company and following around a particular person in that place and getting to see how practically how they do the job, right? So an example in my field, which is the legal field, is vacation work. If you're a student and you are currently studying, please make use of those opportunities, because it allows you to take what you are learning or what you are in the process of learning theoretically, right, and get to see it being done or being applied practically. And even if, you know, you are there for 2 days or 3 days, those days that you were there really add so much value in, one, you deciding if this is actually what you want to do, and two, you seeing how things are done, right? So you being exposed to those spaces and seeing like, okay, no, this is definitely something that I really want to do. Or like I said, you just feel like, nah, this is not it. This is not what I'm cut out for, right? So it really does expose you to seeing the things that you are learning being applied practically. And like I said, even if it's done for a few days or a week, some job shadowing you get paid, you know. So really do expose yourself to all the opportunities that are out there for you to go into a space and shadow someone. And even if you don't necessarily see a certain post about that vacancy or that availability, put yourself out there. Go to a certain, maybe if you want to go to a certain company, find out, get connected there and find out if there is that room for you to go there and literally get to see how things are done, even if it's just for a day. Not only is this great for you to see how things are done practically, but again, it adds value to your CV. So by all costs, by all means, during holidays, here I'm talking to you students, during holidays, don't just chill and, you know, tell your family that you're not coming back home because you've got, I don't know what you've got, but you know what you say you've got. No, use that time to do vacation work, to do job shadowing, and yeah, when you're in those spaces, really absorb and take in as much as you can, ask as many questions as you can. And like I said, really that platform and that time could add a huge amount of value to your future career decisions. All right, so we are into our second last tip, which is tip number 6, upskill yourself. Now, this is something that I do not need to explain, but what I do want to say on this point is there is ample spaces, ample opportunities for us to really upskill ourselves. Lucky for us, we are living in a time where social media has so many resources. Social media is a resource that is available to most of us, so make the most of it. Don't just be on social media for net enjoyment and entertainment. Please do make sure that you do have that part and enjoy social media for that. But what I'm saying is your YouTubes, right? There's many people that are creating content where you can learn. For example, if you want to go into the wine industry, right? You can definitely find out how you tap into the wine industry. If you want to know how to become a digital content creator, from the content that you are consuming on a daily, the vlogs that you are consuming, you can see how people are doing things. And then some content creators, some vloggers also share their journey of how they've become, who they've become. You can also get exposed to, people that can provide you, can teach you how to become a content creator via YouTube. So there's many opportunities and there's many things that you can learn just from this platform that you are getting to watch this video from. So make the most of it. And another thing that I've also been seeing making the rounds is an app or a platform, an educational platform called Skillshare. Now, I haven't started doing courses via Skillshare, but it's something that I'm in the process of doing because I have went on the platform to see, you know, what's going on, and from, you know, some of my favorite YouTubers and content creators where I've seen them advertising the platform. It's something that I'm like, okay, no, I definitely am going to do. I am, you know, saving up to do some courses there. But again, it's platforms that are available for you. You can literally get that skill set from the comfort of your space and from using your phone and from literally just hitting up a few coins and obtaining the necessary skills. So please do check those out. And again, if you're in varsity, there is many opportunities available in various study areas, in reses, in the varsity itself or the college itself. So please do expose yourself, find out, ask the necessary questions, and do not just box yourself in and think that just by you having your degree that is enough. No, there is so many skills that you can really learn that will add value to you becoming more employable. And then last but definitely not least is make the best use of your phone, laptop, iPad, and the Wi-Fi that we have available in many spaces. Kere wena your McDonald's, kere wena your Starbucks, kere wena your malls. Mara, they've been stingy at certain malls about that, hey? I'm not impressed. Like I already touched on, I think with the previous tip, is don't just use your phone or just have your phone to just consume, right? But also use your phone to add value to your own life, right? So whether it be you doing the research, whether it be you connecting with people, or whether it be you entering into spaces like the digital marketing space, like being a YouTuber, like being a content creator, tap into that, you know. Let's get to a point where the resources that we have, the phones that we have, that it's probably the first thing that you look at and probably the last thing that you look at before you sleep. Let's make our phones, our devices work for us. There's ample opportunities, there's ample things that you can use with your phone, and this video is not about that. There is many videos that people have created, content creators have created about what you can, how you can enter the world of digital content creation. But what I want to leave you guys with is that phone that you are using. This phone that I am using to record this video is going to work for me, and make sure that your phone, your devices work for you, okay? So yeah, guys, that wraps up 7 tips that I wanted to share with you guys of becoming more employable. Now, it's not just limited to this, and I do invite you and request that you please share some of the tips that you have seen that have worked for you and have, you know, gotten you a job, or even gotten you connected to people. Maybe in the process of, you know, someone has connected with you and you are due for an interview, or maybe you are on a journey of, you know, discovering your career, discovering your interests. Please, let's engage in the comment section down below. Share some of the tips and some of the things that have worked in your life, and also, do let me know what has resonated with you in terms of the 7 tips that I have shared today. And more than anything, please share this video with as many people as you can. Now, we all know that youth unemployment is a serious issue in our country, but it's so important that we as the youth empower each other and really do share some of the things that we have found have worked for us. We have found in our research that have worked for other people and are working. And literally, if you apply, it's some of the things that if you apply in your own life, you have nothing to lose but so much to gain. So let's share this video. Let's engage in the comment section, how we can become more employable as young people, as the future leaders of this country, and the world. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a huge thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to join this house if you haven't. I will definitely be having more content coming your way. As I've already slightly introduced myself, I will do a proper get to know me, where we get into the depth of what this channel, what the offering of this channel. But this is one of my ways, as the plug that I am, as the plug, the socket that I am. I really wish I could be the same plug for you when it comes to umklakasp. Let's become employable so we can make more money, and then we can also, in our own homes and in our own spaces and in our own businesses, we can be able to just easily buy an inverter or buy a generator like abazali, I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. But for now, I'ma wrap up this one and I'ma head to bed because I need to wake up and become the best employee that I could ever be. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video right here, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.